Choosing your niche is probably the hardest part of trying to build your personal brand, and often it's what determines the long-term success of that brand. But I'm here to show you that it's simpler than you might think. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of what niche you want to start in. And in this video, I'm going to talk you through some mistakes and then some guiding principles that every person should try to follow when they're building their own personal brand. And if you do this, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. I know Iman Gadji is going to make a lot of videos about personal branding in the upcoming months, and what he's going to say is right. Building a personal brand is the key to building long-term wealth, not only for your business, but also to build your image as the business owner. So let's dive right in. Here are some mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, but here are some that you can try to avoid. Mistake number one is trying to appeal to everyone. The issue with this is that your content will start to become too generic and you won't be able to get your niche audience first that really love your content and that really want to support you. If you get millions and millions of followers, then you can sort of grow your niche so you can get more followers and build your brand even more. But starting out, really niche down and really try to find your target audience. Mistake number two is trying to select a niche solely based on trends. This is a mistake I see a lot of business owners make, not even just in the personal brand space, but they pick something that they're not really passionate about and then they just follow trends, and then eventually that trend dies out and so does their business. So avoid following trends because it's not viable in the long run. Mistake number three is switching niches too often. Sometimes you really need to let the ideas percolate in that niche for a little bit. Sometimes you need to try out a lot of content because sometimes it doesn't catch on right away. And so you need to stop, take a deep breath, and focus on one niche for a little bit. And if that, after a few months, that really isn't working, then you can choose to switch your niche around. Well, now let's get into some guiding principles. Step number one is looking within. You should really try to choose something that you're passionate in. Whenever you're building a personal brand, passion is the fuel for consistency. So for me, I really love creating content with a camera and sharing my information to other people and helping people. So I thought that teaching other people about personal branding and about social media marketing would be very beneficial for me because I love doing it, and so I wouldn't need to get out of bed and force myself to work every day. Here's an actionable step to help you with this part. I want you to take out a notebook and write down 3 things that you're passionate about. Pause the video if you need, but I highly encourage you to get a pen and paper and write those 3 things down because they will really guide you when you're starting out. Maybe some examples are, do you really love helping people get healthy? And so your niche would be fitness. Or do you really love sharing your travel experiences? So your niche would be travel. Or perhaps you're really into tech and so you're doing tech reviews and sharing the next tech gadgets that everyone should be buying. But really what I'm trying to get at is your passions are your first clue to your niche. So really try to sit for a little bit and identify your own passions. Step number 2 is identifying your own strengths. It's one to be passionate about something, but it's another to be really good at what you're doing. Sometimes passion alone isn't enough. Sometimes you need the skills to back it up. Your strengths can help you build credibility and confidence within your own niche. People will start to recognize your own content and recognize that, oh, that's Julian. He has this style of content and he's really good at this one thing. And so I know that's his and I know he can do that one thing really, really, really well. Some examples of some strengths are storytelling. It helps you connect with your audience very emotionally. Another strength is teaching people. It helps you break down complex ideas into easy to understand concepts like what I'm trying to do here. And then another one is creativity. It helps your content stand out visually and thematically as well. An actionable tip for this step is try to think of a time where someone complimented you on a skill that you were doing really well. Maybe sit on that for a little bit and write down the top 3 strengths that you think you might have. For me, it could be sitting in front of a camera and talking to an audience and then editing it afterwards. For you, it could be that you're really, really good at skiing and so you want to make skiing videos, or you want to build your own skiing brand. But for me, my main ones are storytelling, editing, and connecting with people. And these are really the backbone of my brand. Step number 3 is finding a problem and solving it. Your audience doesn't just follow you because you're passionate or skilled. They're following you because you're helping them. Solving a problem really builds trust and adds a lot of value. Like for me, I can understand if some people are having trouble finding their niche for building their own personal brand. And so I'm trying to solve that problem and make someone's life a little bit easier by watching this video rather than spending hours upon hours of research, trying to figure out what their niches are in their personal brand space. So some problems for some niches could be fitness people needing a good beginner routine. For travel, it could be people wanting to go somewhere affordably. And for tech, it could be simplifying apps or tools for productivity. Really, sky's the limit with all of this. And here's how to identify some problems in your niche. I would personally go to Reddit. I know a lot of people don't like Reddit, but there's a lot. If you go to r/your niche, you can look at the questions that people are asking and notify those pain points that people are talking about. And if you see multiple pain points in that one niche, then you can really capitalize upon that in the future and then help that group of people and then also monetize from that. And also think about challenges that you have faced. What is something that you really want to change, or something that you're just like, I wish they did this, or I wish they did that. That is good, because if that pertains to you and your niche, that can really help with expounding upon that. Step number 4 is combining all three. You have to combine passion, strength, and the problems. I would recommend using a Venn diagram to see how your passions and your strengths and the audience's problems all intersect within each other. When you write down these 3 elements, you'll find your unique niche and your own little spot in the market. But you have to personalize it. How would you combine all of your personal elements into your niche and trying to help solve the problems that people are having? Without the personalization, people can't get to really know you as a person, and they're just staring at some emotionless figure telling them to do this, this, and this, when in reality, they should be connecting with you and trusting you, because that will help your connection to your audience in the long run. I would take 10 minutes after this video and go brainstorm all of these and write down in a notebook and keep it somewhere safe, maybe even hang it on the wall. I have a few things hanging on the wall. They help me remember what my goals are and what I'm trying to do and what my audience looks like. But drop your niche down in the comments below. I'll try to respond to all of them and see what you guys are up to. I feel like it'd be really cool to connect with a lot of you, and I would love to see how you're going to change the world. If this helped though, hit that subscribe button, because I'll be digging deeper into how to grow a personal brand and some tips and tricks when it pertains to that. But remember, your niche doesn't have to be perfect right away. You just have to narrow it down and really try to focus on value and growth. But thanks for watching. I really can't wait to see how your own personal brand takes shape, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.